Bam. Let's go. I think I saw 2 million, no? Bam. G. Oh, double drop. Another Starless Sky. Let's go. 2 Uber Uniques already, man. We just started. Oh, that was too early. Oh. Perfect. Big balls. Look, everybody like they didn't even get to hit the boss once. Let's go. Big balls, boys. So crazy. Okay, BALLZ versus Lilith. Yes. Okay, more BALLZ. It can't be enough. Dude, she could have 100 times the HP, it wouldn't matter. Hey everybody, it's Rob here. This is the new full DPS BALLZ Sorcerer we've been using to absolutely melt Duriel, and we are about to hit about 250 million damage a second, or also 1 Duriel kill per second. This is our new DPS. And there is a pretty specific rotation, and I want to show you the rotation and the build pretty much. So you see here we position ourselves for Metamorphosis, and we are pressing basically all of our skills. I'm going to do this live here in a second again as well. So we're starting off with the ultimate press. Boom, it's active now. Now you're getting double bar lightning procs, then we're going to get our barrier here active. And notice like the position here, it's about 1 dash away from Metamorphosis plus Vulnerable, plus our Esu boots. Then we start spamming Ball Lightning while we press Flame Shield for the Talrasha Fire stack, and we press the Ice Blades for the Talrasha Cold stack. And then we start dashing on the boss as soon as he spawns, and our ball's already doing like million. It's about 1.4 to like 1.9 million I've seen on the ball ticks, and yeah, Duriel dies tremendously fast. You just like watch this, like he's just. Like you dash on him and he's gone, basically. So yeah, the dash accomplishes the Esu buffs, which basically gives us 100% crit chance here, because we get 30% of our movement speed. And when we dash here, we have actually 199.7. We basically have max, which is 200% movement speed. So we're actually getting 60% crit chance. And as you can see here, our crit chance is 47 and we're getting plus 60. So we buff 100% crit chance basically. And we have some pretty good crit damage here as well, 400%. So yeah, good stuff with lots of vulnerable damage as well. And like the dash location is around this. Rob is the goat, let's go here. That's like about here, because you want to be like in the middle of Duriel's hitbox with your balls to do maximum DPS. So that's why you need to like position yourself. So you kill this guy usually, and then I port here into position, and then I wait until he spawns, do all the stuff, and then I dash on him, and then he just dies immediately. Like you can keep spamming balls while you're on him, but you don't really have to do it because the balls are already enough to kill him. But yeah, let's show you one more rotation here with the boys. So basically, like you plug the key. Like this is like all level like 60, so they won't really do any damage here. And then we can go to this guy here, and then we just get into position. And when he comes, press our buttons. We press this. dash on him. And see, the positioning is like right in the middle of him. So we do max DPS because the BALLZ is orbiting us. And we are like right in the middle here for the biggest DPS. And Duel has a pretty big hitbox as we get just a normal wand here. Not the best. Okay, that's basically how the rotation goes. And you get a lot of damage out of this. So let's go over the stats here real quick. I mean, we already talked about the 100% crit chance. Resistance is not maxed here because we have a very offensive Paragon board that I will also link in the description in the planner. But yeah, we have not max rest, but you don't need really. I mean, poison rest is 67. That's fine. Like, you don't really need more. We have like pretty decent attack power as well. Yeah, weapon damage, we have 100% crit chance. Again, with our Esu, we have 200 movement speed, 100%, boom. And yeah, lots of like offensive stuff here. This all this damage with the different elements adds us also another multipliers with our Paragon boards. And then yeah, here we have some defensive and some utility. But like just important is that you have 200% movement speed when you dash, and it's actually very easy to achieve because you get 75% from the implicit here. Evade grants 75%, so that is pretty nuts. But I could have, let's say, 0.3 more on the base. Like, you want like 25 movement speed ideally on your Esu. I would still like to get a bit higher one because also the crit damage and the mana cost isn't ideal on this one. But the secondary, the crit effect is crit chance effect is what's most important. So then we're rocking a Shaco. You can also play a Tusk Helm. Probably actually Tusk Helm would produce higher damage numbers, but Shaco overall is better. I'm probably gonna get you some recordings with Tusk Helm as well. But yeah, Tusk Helm gives you a 60% multiplier. We can probably even hit for bigger balls. So yeah, Tusk Helm, if you want pure boss damage, Shaco overall is the best. Then we have Raymond for big DPS, also with Glass Cannon ranks, and together we actually have +8 in Glass Cannon because we also get Glass Cannon on this amulet here, which is also full DPS. Gravitational here, about Lightning's Orbit. I like to use the lucky hit chance here. You can also use Int for even more damage, but this is just my overall general glove, and crit chance against injured can be very useful as well if you don't use Esu. So this is not the ideal DPS gloves for this particular build. It will probably be, like I said, with intelligence. And then we have Talbot's Will here, 1.4 multiplier, very nice. We actually have the inner calm here, so when we stand still, we have more deeps. Like when we move around, we only have 14k. And if we're standing still, we're getting like all the buffs stacked to 19k. So yeah, big DPS. You ideally want Mastery here instead of Vulnerable, but this is the one I have. And then you're putting the Vulnerable Barrier on the amulet. This is your biggest multiplier, 1.45 here on the amulet. Chain Lightning here. You can also put Accelerating here because you don't even need the mana. You can just one-shot the boss, but this one works too. And then we have Tarasha's Loop here, and we get the Tarasha procs. So we get Cold from Ice Blades, Fire from Flame Shield, well, Lightning from Ball Lightning, and we are getting a fourth, which is Poison from Infection or Vampiric Power. So this basically gives us a 1.6 multiplicative if I had 15% roll. And then we have the offhand more damage while Barrier. Vampiric powers look like this: Metamorphosis, Ravenous for attack speed, Metamorphosis gives us the resources, gives us the Unstoppable whenever we dash, and we get 1.4 multiplier. Infectious, Feed the Coven here gives us even more DPS when we restore primary resource, our Conjuration, which is Ice Blades, just attacks once, and we, well, I mean, we need to proc it, right? But if we proc it, we get another 1.1 multiplicative damage, and Pray the Weak, another 1.16 multiplicative damage. If you want DPS, like outside of the boss, Domination is pretty insane, because you just teleport and get it from, get a stun from Raymond. So that also works wonders. And yeah, here, again, also like in the bar builds, do not level up Metamorphosis, you want to keep it at level 1, so you just get more resources from Talbot's Will. Like you can just like dash and get the resources. Then we have the abilities here, pretty offensive, standard stuff here. You can put a point in Chain Lightning and the point in Ice Blades, but if you have Shaco, you don't necessarily need this. It's just like for confusion reasons, it's in the planner for not confusing people. I also don't have like points in Flame Shield. Like you can take this here, mana cost reduction while Flame Shield is active. I should probably like do this right now. Would be a bit better because I have Shaco. Teleport, Ice Armor, Glass Cannon is really important, 1 point here. I even have 3 points in Align the Elements, is not even needed. So you can like choose pretty much anything that you want, but I like Align the Elements, like it's just defense if you need it. Devouring Blaze, we have our 2 enchantments, which is Chain Lightning and Firebolt enchantment. This is gonna burn everything. So we can very easily proc our Devouring Blaze. And we also proc our Esu Ferocity for more damage. This passive, like you just need to ignore that it says fire, like it also works for lightning skills basically. Yeah, then we have Ball Lightning, Conduit here, the Unstable Currents, just like basically the standard stuff. Yeah, we could probably put these, I'm gonna put them in the planner and description here, like just more crit. But yeah, I mean, we're already rocking 100 crit at the start at least, but the movement speed runs out at some point. But that's always good to have. And then Paragon board, this one is pretty new. Big DPS boards here, Elementalist in the starter board. Then we are rocking Destruction here on Burning Instinct. We are rocking Unleashed here on Enchantment Master and like a bunch of damage nodes. And we have Adept here, 65 massive int board. And we're rocking Frigid Fate here for the multiplier. And this one also gives us multiplicative damage with our cold damage that we have in our sheet here. Damage with cold 273%. So yeah, this one is actually giving us 24% multiplicative damage right now. And then we're rocking Flame Feeder here. Again, we're burning stuff, so more DPS in Ceaseless Conduit. And notice this has 7 Paragon boards. In Searing Heartboard, we have Charged here, where we pick up Crackling Energy from our ultimate. And in the Static Search board, again, this makes it vulnerable and gives us mana. We are rocking Exploit. So yeah, pretty offensive Paragon board, and we also have like 7 boards. Like there's basically only 2 that we don't take, so we almost have all the Paragons. Oh yeah, that is the boss Sorc. I'm gonna include some more clips of the Tusk helm at the end. But yeah, this rocks, guys. Try it out. It's after the Barb, the best boss killer, and this has high damage potential for Abba 12Z as well. And you can probably like sneak in like some immortality builds with like Cheat Death and Immortality with Deep Freeze, maybe even for Abba 12Z. But this build rocks like up to 250 million damage per second, and you can sustain with the lucky hit. Like if you hit a monster, like you can sustain this Ball Lightning. So it's pretty strong. Give it a try, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Quick little addition. I was obviously talking about the Godslayer crown, not the Tusk helm. It's this helm here. 1.6 multiplier whenever you damage a boss. I said Tusk helm earlier. It's the Godslayer crown. I'll show you. This one is actually more DPS than the Harlequin's Crest, and it's easier to get, guys. So this is probably the one I will recommend in the planner. So I'll show you here real quick. Actually, we got kind of poisoned. And we're blasting this. And you see, boom. It's even more damage than before. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. Godslayer crown, guys. 1.6 multiplier, maximum life, cooldown, and also just flat damage. So even more attack power, 20k now. Let's go. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like or a comment. I'm also live on Twitch almost every day, so come and say hi.